welcome back to another cottage renovation video. In today's video I'm working on the rear wall of the cottage, continuing the trench down into the corner. Got to lay some stone for the retainer. I've got to be very careful in this area. This is the point of the wall that's probably the most precarious. It's where it meets the centre wall, so I'm going to get it dug out and try and get it secure. Now, if you've not seen the previous videos where I've been laying in the retaining wall in the trench, a little update. What I'm going to do is dig down the trench probably about 6 inches, line it with this geotex, and then inside that lining is going to be just gravel, geotex on top, and then I'm laying my stones with lime on top of that. Now, there's not going to be any damp course in this building. The idea is I'm going to use traditional methods with the lime, breathable material, so there's no build-up of moisture, so it naturally breathes all the time. A little bit precarious, like I say, in this corner, because there's some stones that are kind of held into this. Now, obviously the whole point of me doing this is to secure this back wall. Now, once I've built this stone trench retaining wall, I'm going to put some big beams and timbers on top, and they are going to kind of anchor it all together. I'm going to put a big one underneath the main beam going across, so that supports that, and just create another area where we can insulate, run all the surfaces behind, you know, got water, electrics, things like that. What we have here is a stone course. Now, this has chucked up a bit of a curveball for me, because down that end the exterior stonework wall goes down a lot lower. As it comes across, it kind of steps up several courses. Don't know why they've done it like that, but they've incorporated some stone into the floor, which was the floor. Don't forget the floor, you know, used to come up here somewhere. This corner here is going to have the sink unit and other bits and pieces in the kitchen, so it's not going to be on show, but nevertheless it does raise a few questions. So I'm going to put a level across it, see how much these are sticking up. I may take them out, dig it down a bit more, and then bed it back in. No, I'm going to take them out. Yeah, it's very damp behind here. by removing a large amount of this clay, replacing it with lime and gravel. It should dry out this area. Now this big timber will continue across here, and that floor level needs bringing up, so luckily I've got a few buckets of clay I can use. Now, I did do a bit of research about the use of gravel in these old buildings, and when you sort of delve way back into traditional methods, a lot of timber work was set on gravel for obvious reasons. You know, if I do any work outside with timber, I always try and bed it on some gravel. Obviously, free drains underneath, doesn't hold the moisture, so it's kind of using those principles. So yeah, it's not something that's used much today. So you know, lime's been used since, I think it dates back to the Egyptian times. I know the Romans used it, even though I think Romans invented concrete like cement. Yeah, it's been used, but it's just fell out of favour for whatever reason. So just to recap how we're going to finish off this retaining stonework, we're going to have a big beam running along the base. Underneath various points there's going to be some posts, big oak posts as well, picking up the main beam and the ring beam up there at the end, and that way it will lock this whole area in. And we'll fit them very tightly underneath the existing timbers above. So I'll put a bit of compression down on here, just help hold the whole thing together. And that's the ring beam we're going to come up underneath to support. Now that holds all of the floor joists above. There's not going to be any membrane damp proofing in the wall. It's going to be able to breathe. The damp proofing has been done on the outside to kind of limit the amount of moisture that comes through the ground, because don't forget, half this wall is underground outside. I would have liked to have this particular stage cut the trench for the base of this wall, but I don't think I'm going to push me luck. We're going to sort the back wall out first, get that secure, and then I can always join on again and come this way with a thinner trench, maybe reinforce it with some engineering bricks. Make sure it's all in place, and what I'll do is roll this back over the top. Don't stop any dirt and rubbish getting into the gravel. And because we've got this sharp edge there, once you compact it down, that gravel really can't go anywhere. It's absolutely solid. Let's get myself a knee pad. And that way any moisture freely pass through it, you know. So my next mission is to find a suitable stone or stones. I've used quite a lot of stones recently outside and in here, so it becomes more and more of a challenge. You know, as you can appreciate, yeah, I've got big stones, but the irregular shape of them doesn't always prove to be useful. Sometimes it can work in my advantage. So yeah, I think first port of call is outdoors. Let's try that one. We'll need to clean them as well, actually. That's only a bee. I bet he's gone in that hole. These are the big black bees that go in the masonry. I was outside. There we go. Don't necessarily think that's not a masonry bee. It's just a bee that's looking for somewhere to stay, I think. Okay, let's go and find some more stones. Try a couple of them. Now what I like to do first is dry fit them, get them roughly in situ, obviously allow for the bed of lime to go underneath. Got a little bit of flexibility with the gravel, obviously. Trying to keep a face on the front, even though it's going to be under units and not on show. That's a bit too high. Can trim a little bit off, that's not an issue. Kind of getting there. The big stone to the right is level. The existing stonework that way. It's just a case of infilling in between. I would like to get a big rock in that corner. And even if the rock comes this way, partly into this trench, isn't dug yet, obviously. Yeah, that might work. That would definitely tie in this corner. Maybe a bit too high. Yeah, that one might work. So it protrudes a little bit out into this trench. Now I can possibly backfill, say, doesn't matter what it looks like. Might work. Might work. Brilliant. Yeah, believe it or not, that could work. This area here, used to build this void up, run that under, it's quite a gap underneath, put some mortar down, some creasing tiles in, and then build it up in layers like that. It's not going to be seen this end. That'd certainly work. And then these stones simply go in these big gaps here. Stick your mortar in there, drop them in, some more mortar on top, and just carry on constructing it like that. Overlap the joints so there's no weakness in the bond, and yeah, that just sticks out enough just to tooth into the next trench to make that corner nice and strong. Let's just check on our plaster, lime plaster. Now I did go quite thick on this and I was kind of gambling with it really. I should have filled out the holes first and then gone over it, but it hasn't cracked too much. There's a couple of tiny hairlines which aren't too bad. Just going to keep it moist. Hopefully that will do the trick. I have got a tamp somewhere, but do you think I can find it? Sometimes you just have to improvise. Surprising how compact and hard this floor goes down, this clay. I was almost half tempted to have a natural rammed earth floor, but if someone hadn't donated me some lovely gold tiles, I may well have done that. I've actually been inside properties not that long ago over in France. They had the rammed earth floors. Such a lovely finish on them. Now, if you would like to help fund some of these projects, it can be done in various ways. You can join my Patreon for some behind the scenes videos and pictures. Likewise on Buy Me a Coffee. Or you can purchase something out of the two online shops, Etsy and welcome to shonsworld.com. So yeah, thank you all very much for your kind donations. Thanks for watching. I'm going to get on with this. I've got to go to the builder's yard and get some more lime, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.